by the morning, where the far hills show traces of snow. The day come a-dawning like Rim Rock, where junipers grow. Ah, this country is a friend of mine. Its voice is the voice that I hear, and when time leaves me behind, I won't mind if it leaves me right here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make a groundwork video, and it's been a long time since we made one, and I think we've learned a lot of things since then, and I'd like to share them with you. And I don't believe in hurrying a horse and making them run around, and I just don't believe in it. I let them walk, and then when I get on their back, it's a whole different chapter to them. But if I can do the groundwork at a walk and a slow pace, when I get on their back, they relate to that, and they get comfortable quicker, and they move off your body quicker. And that's the point of groundwork, is so that you can save a whole lot of pulling on the mouth or the head of a horse. Speed comes later, a lot later for me. I don't start off with speed, I start off with slow. Then I build the speed. Now when I raise my hand, I'm going to step to the right in front of the eye and let the horse know he can come in. So this brings up another subject, the term feel. Everybody talks about you got to have a good feel, you got to know what feel is. Well, feel is what you just watched, but there's a pre-signal. You let the horse know. It's not a trick, it's not magic. You just simply knowing that when you're behind a horse's eye, they're going to leave. When you're in front of a horse's eye, it makes them tend to stop. So I step out in front of the eye and raise my hand. I got 12 foot of lead rope. I lay it over my arm in the bend of my elbow. I have my halter in my left hand. So now my right hand is free to get the horse to hook on. My halter is prepared to go right on the horse's head, instead of wadding it up like a ball and going out there trying to sort out and scare your horse off. Just out of habit, I try to go to the center of the corral so that I don't set up a false thing of catching them standing at the gate. Because later on, that's another thing where a horse will end up running over you in the gate. If they'll come to me in the center of the corral, then they're telling me, yes, I have got it, I'm fine. I got it figured out. But I do know that if you beat on a horse with a stick to try to get him to do groundwork and make him go really fast, you're not getting a gentle horse. You're getting a horse that's doing it because it's afraid of a stick. Someday you aren't going to have that stick. Is around towards the eye, through the bottom, and back towards the tail. Now the tail is pointing towards the tail. That's how you tie a halter. So before we start, what you need to know is that when I'm in front of a horse's eye, it tends to stop him. When I'm behind a horse's eye, it tends to drive him. So when you're doing groundwork, you pay attention to both eyes, both ears, and what position you're at on the eye. So this is exercise 1, between you and the fence. Direction, impulsion. Open your hands, it makes a lighter horse. Crossing over, raise your hand, disengage the hind quarter. Now one of the problems you run into with horses is that they'll get pushy. Spoiled horses will push you anywhere they want. Well, a spoiled horse can be a weanling all the way to one old enough to vote. So here's the mistake people make. If you watch my right foot, that's yielding to the horse. And the horse says, good, I'll put you wherever I want. So now you send the horse, as it goes past your shoulder, you go under and over. Under and over. That's how you switch hands on a rope. To disengage the hind quarter, just simply raise your hand. Now's when you get to have fun about how well can I do this. So now I won't let the horse in. I won't let the horse in. I won't let the horse in. Okay, you can come in. Watch my lead rope. Slide it out of the way. You can come in. Come right up here to where I can get on you. You missed it. Let's make that uncomfortable. Good. There now. Exhale. Come right in here where you belong. Thank you so much. You see the slack in the rope? That's the point. I want this slack in the lead rope, but I'm not going to be giving to the horse like this. I'm going to set my hand like I do a rein when I'm riding, and that horse's job is to stay within that area. Know where the end of the rope is. Step around here and ask that hindquarter to move over. That's all I need. I don't need him to run around. Later on, you can walk him all the way around and do all the stuff, put his feet in a bucket or whatever you want, but what we're doing is basic, good, foundation groundwork. So I need to back off the angle and step into the hip and move that leg. Now, if I really want to move it over, I can move it over. Now, my friends, the pressure is on the human. Has nothing to do with the horse. If you present yourself like you're killing a snake, he's going to be all over the corral. This is the finesse side of it. So I've already taught the horse everything I'm about to do. I just need to get the horse to move plus do it at the same time. Driving, hindquarter, forehand. Hindquarter, forehand. Hindquarter, forehand. Don't let him go past your shoulder. Hindquarter, forehand. They should cross their front legs, cross their hind legs. Rear end, front end. You do not grab the lead rope to make the horse do what it is you want. Keep that length of rein right so you can do it. And don't get out here and let the horse just kind of hang them out to dry, where they're going to end up just leaving the country. You got to know that unless they're crossing their legs, they're not side passing. You want to keep them as straight to the fence as you possibly can so it's not a leg yield. That sticking his head over the fence, I'm not going to bust him for it. He's going to figure out that it's not real comfortable to do. Now, you can go all the way around a 200-foot arena if you want to doing this. There. There again, that wasn't perfect, but it's going to be. I've still got my horse. He's not under duress. He's not bad. He's not nervous. He's fine. There, hindquarter. Go. Hindquarter. Make it. Don't try to rush. He's rocking back and forth. So now this is no longer about the horse. It's about my timing. That's the beauty of groundwork. After a while, it's not a deal about a horse. It's about a human and how good they can present themselves. Backwards is not the answer. So he's already told me, I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. I can't coordinate my front end and my back end at the same time. And I use the word can't. He can do it. He just chooses not to. There, he made some good moves. Now I'm telling him, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Training a horse from groundwork to spade bit to 3-day to stadium jumping. The horse has to be in a mind frame that says, what else you want to do? That's a broke horse. It's that simple. Some kind of try. That's good. Positive. Now there's a time when, you know, I may contradict myself, but you got to know to be true to yourself. Total release. Sure, I'll pet you. I'm fine, horse. You don't need to be 5 feet back. You're fine. What you need to know is that you did a good job and you're fine. I'm not hanging on to you because you're out, you're clocked out. He has to make his hindquarter go through that hole and step onto the log. You notice how high he's picking his feet up because he's not real sure of where things are. Now the cricket's going again. I've changed the game. Side pass, hindquarter, forehand, side pass, forehand. Walk your front end through. Good. Now move your hindquarter over and get onto that next log. Side pass. That's it.
Montana morning, where the far hills show traces of snow. The day come a-dawning like Rimrock, where junipers grow. Ah, this country is a friend of mine. Its voice is the voice that I hear, and when time leaves me behind, I won't mind if it leaves me right here. Sweetgrass County line, down where the Yellowstone flows, sunlit waters shine, old railroad bridge, cottonwoods grow. Ah, this country, how it takes you in to a sky so open and clear, and when time comes to an end, I won't mind if it ended right here.